Hello everyone, I'm Paul Harrison, CEO of Carve Consulting. We're live from Carve Consulting today in my role as Chair of the RADS. I'm joined today by Richard Andrews, who's Director of the RAD Awards. Richard, great to have you along.
Thank you, delighted to be here, and thanks to you and Carl for organising this. First for the RADS.
Yeah, it's exciting, right, to be live on Twitter. Hashtag RADS 2018 for those of you who are following today. Richard, firstly, a little bit about this year. I mean, I've been chairing the judges, and we've had some incredible work to look at.
Yeah, and you've obviously had experience of being on the panel last year. I'm really pleased that you agreed to be chair this year. And over 200 entries again, which is great, the level of support that we get from agencies and clients. And it's not just about the volume of entries, it's also about the care that's gone into the work that's been submitted. I know agencies and clients think long and hard about what to submit. And I'm just really blown away by the quality and the effort and attention that's gone not just into the creativity, but also into the effectiveness and the planning behind all these pieces of work.
Well, I was going to say, because you're back to the RADS for the first time in a couple of years, right?
Well, that's right. I'm going to show my age a bit, but I looked after the RADS, I think between 2004 and 2010. It's always been a fantastic event, supported by the industry, but having taken a gap between 2010 and picked up again just recently, the capable hands of Pete Clark and Angela Jones oversaw it for years, and they've done a fantastic job. But what really struck me is also just how far the quality of the work has come on, and how the industry's changed in that time.
I think that's the big thing for me as chair of the judges this year. I think the robustness of the entries, some of the thinking, some of the talent, some of the HR tech that's being used this year. I think in an era of fake news and a historically low level of trust between kind of people and governments and organisations, the role this industry plays is more important than ever, and I think it's brilliant to see the work that's being done.
Absolutely, and I have to show appreciation to the judging panel who've given up a huge amount of their own personal time, not just to attend the first stage of judging last Thursday, but also remotely judging the work and really giving it meticulous appraisal before pushing work through to the next round.
Yeah, no, just a fantastic group this year. So those of you judges who are watching, really thank you. I think you've made it an incredibly engaging process for us. Richard, none of this will be possible without the sponsors.
Absolutely. In particular, I'd like to thank our headline sponsors, Total Jobs, not just for supporting the event for years, which they have been, but also giving us the use of the Bluefin building to do the judging, which is a great environment for the judges to actually come together and appraise the work, a very fitting venue. And of course all of the other sponsors that support the event. We can't do without that revenue, which really helps us invest in the event and make it what it is. Fantastic.
So we'll be calling out the sponsors as we go, and we'll be live tweeting those of you who've been shortlisted. Richard, the big thing here is about, I know it's a cliche, but being shortlisted is a big deal, right?
Absolutely, and I think it's just to reiterate the one thing that we really work hard on with the RADS is the approach to judging and the robust nature of it. From putting a lot of effort into putting the panel together, making sure we've got a variety of skill sets across the panel to make sure that we get the appraisal correct. Just being shortlisted itself is absolutely recognition in itself. But everyone wants to win, of course.
Yeah, of course, everyone does. So Richard, that's going to be it from Richard for now. Richard's going to join us at the end when we talk about what happens next. So Richard, thank you so much. I'm going to welcome now Sheila Corrigan. Sheila is Sales Director of Total Jobs, who are the headline sponsor this year. Hello, Sheila.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us here and the whole of Twitter today as we do the shortlist live for the first time. Sheila, before we dive into that, this is your first time judging, right?
It is, yes, it is my first time. It's been an absolute honour to be asked. I've been going to the RADS now for the last 10 years, and I've always wanted to be part of the process, and what a robust process it actually is. There's a lot of in-depth discussions to pick your shortlist, very rigorous and a very entertaining process.
Yeah, it's for those of you who've been involved with it before or wondered what happens, it really is, it's quite extraordinary how much work goes involved, how many WhatsApp arguments we've been having, so we're really, really glad to present the shortlist now. We're going to cut straight into it. So key thing to remember, the shortlist, as Sheila reads it out, is in no particular order, so if you hear your name first, don't reach for the champagne just yet. But let's kick straight into it, and we'll go through the category by category, and Sheila will read out the who's been nominated. So the first category is the best use of single media. Now this is a new category for the RADS this year. which looks at really that coming together of planning, selection of media, activation, the actual creative itself and the results that they achieved. We had some great entries for that. It was sponsored by Indeed. Thank you, Indeed. Sheila, who are the nominees, please?
Essex County Council and Penner, McDonald's and 33, Rolls-Royce and Mediacom, Secret Intelligence Service and Stafford Long, Unilever and RADS.
Thank you. So congratulations to all of those nominees in the best use of single media category. Those agencies who have been featured will be tweeted out and named right now, and the clients named as well. So do share your comments with us and your hopefully excitement as you get these results. Sheila, moving on, we've got a number of categories to go through. The next category is the Best Graduate Campaign. It's sponsored by Milk Round. The nominees, please.
Deloitte and Pink Squid, Dixon's Carphone and RADS, EY, Herbert Smith Freehills and 33, Police Now and Tonic, Unilever and RADS.
Thank you very much. So 6 nominated entries into the group of Best Graduate Campaign. The next category is Recruitment Literature. Could you tell us the shortlisted entries, please?
Accenture and AIA, Babcock International and Blackbridge, Dixon's Carphone and RADS, Herbert Smith Freehills and 33, Norton Rose, Albright and Stafford Long and Partners.
Thank you. I see you've got the hardest part of this gig. Getting all the names of the agencies and the companies right is definitely the hard thing. The next category, Sheila, is the best use of audio. Now, this is owning its second year of the RADS. I think we both had a look at this one together. I mean, some really great entries. It's a category that I think is going to grow year on year in terms of its...
It really is. There's certainly lots of tears and pimples in this one.
Fantastic. This is sponsored by Global. Who are the shortlisted agencies, please?
Accenture and AIA Worldwide, HS2 and TMP Worldwide, Secret Intelligence Service Stafford Long and Partners, Surrey Police and TMP Worldwide, Unilever and RADS.
Great. The next category is use of social. So use of social is the next category. Let's go back and make sure we've got that one right. Use of social. This is sponsored by Carve Consulting, so I'm very pleased to have this one here together. So the use of social, sponsored by Carve. Could you read out who was nominated and shortlisted for this one, please?
Anchor Trust, the British Army and 33, Herbert Smith Freehills and 33, HMPPS and Havas People, the National Trust and 33, the Royal Mail and 33.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sheila. So that is the best use of social. The next one is video, the best use of video, which is sponsored by Zip Recruiter. And again, we had a large number of entries into this. Lots and lots of films to look at, which was brilliant fun for everyone involved. A few tears, I think, in the WhatsApp group. So, sponsored by Zip Recruiter. Who were the shortlisted entries, please, for best use of video?
Accenture and AIA Worldwide, HS2 and TMP, Secret Intelligence Service and Stafford Long Partners, Surrey Police and TMP Worldwide, Unilever and RADS.
Excellent. Thank you very much. The next category is employee engagement, sponsored by Good & Co. Sheila, who were the nominees and the shortlisted winners, please, here?
The Co-op, Metropolitan Police and Penner, Benoit and RADS, Kerry Foods and CA3, Dixon Carphone and RADS, McDonald's and 33.
Excellent. So that was the employee engagement category, sponsored by Good & Co. Now, the next one, something that is increasingly important today, and to Richard's point earlier, I mean, at Total Jobs, this is what you live and dream about, is about, you know, the candidate experience. How do you make things more engaging? How do you make things more frictionless? And there were some great entries in this.
Fantastic entries.
Really, really great stuff in this. And it's sponsored by CV Library. Who are the nominees, the shortlisted, please?
Shell and Southerly, Barclays and Cap & Co, Greater Anglia and 3D Marcoms, SSE and TMP Worldwide.
Thank you, Sheila. This is like the Oscars, right? Less gold envelopes, less freebies for those other people in the room, giveaways. So now we're on to the innovation category. This for me is something that I'm really passionate about. I'm a huge believer in the importance of our industry to really drive change, to drive best practice, to really demonstrate the bravery which is at the core of the RADS this year. You know, who was doing things differently, who was really finding industry first to drive our industry forward. Can you tell us who was shortlisted, please?
Lloyds Banking Group and Cap & Co, Anchor Trust, Virgin Media and PH Creative, Dixon's Carphone and Hodes, the AA and TMP Worldwide.
Thank you. The next category is a new one for the RADS. I think, obviously, you know, at Total Jobs, you're at the absolute, the forefront of how HR tech is used to achieve better recruitment outcomes. And this is a new category this year, which was recruitment technology partnerships. And this was really about, wasn't it? It was about not just the tech itself, but partnership with agencies, with clients to create extraordinary outcomes. It's sponsored by JobSite. Could you tell us the nominees, please?
Lloyds Banking Group and Cap & Co, Royal Dutch Shell AMR Team, Association of the Greater Manchester Authorities and Havas People.
Great, thank you. The next category, and there was another one where I think, for me as chair, obviously I had a chance to see all of the categories and all of the over 200 entries that we had, and I think this one again, it's just incredible, some of the great thinking, some of the great work that's going into this campaign. Really, really strong shortlist. It's sponsored by Lloyds. Who's on the shortlist, please?
J. Walter Thompson, Accenture and AIA Worldwide, Cyber First and Stafford Long Partners, Met Police and Penner, The White Company and Pink Squid, Legal and General and Pink Squid.
Fantastic. Some really, wasn't there? Some
Great.
Brilliant,
It's one of my favourite categories.
Brilliant work. And now we move on to employer brand. Again, a category with lots and lots of entries, some really diverse approaches and diverse work. It's sponsored by Glassdoor. Thank you, Glassdoor. Who is, please, Sheila, shortlisted in the employer brand category?
Audley and CA3, CVS Group and So Me, Forrest Brown and Hodes, Dixon's and Carphone Warehouse and Hodes, EY and MSL Group, The White Company and Pink Squid.
So congratulations to all of you in the employer brand category. Now we're looking at out of home, again another category where, you know, people think of recruitment marketing and recruitment advertising and employer branding, and you know, this is another category that for me demonstrates some of the richness of thinking and the brilliant creativity and some of the talent that's come to our industry. Can you please tell us who was shortlisted for the OOH category?
Willis Towers, Watson and Hodes, Royal Mail and 33, Barclays and Stafford Long and Partners, DNB GL and Stafford Long and Partners, Auto Trader and TMP Worldwide.
Thank you very much, Sheila. The next one is about employer websites. Again, lots and lots of entries in this. Great shortlist. Sponsored by Gumtree Jobs. Thank you, Gumtree. Can you read out, please, who was shortlisted this year?
National Grid and 33, Forrest Brown and Hodes, Paddy Power, Betfair and Blackbridge, Wagamama and Pink Squid, the AA and TMP Worldwide UK.
Fantastic, thank you. Now we're moving on to integrated campaign. Again, I think one of the things for me about the RADS is how it's evolved over the years, you know, how the categories have become richer, reflecting the role that recruitment marketing and talent comms plays today. Could you tell us, please, who was shortlisted for integrated campaign?
HMPPS and Havas People, Secret Intelligence Service and Stafford Long and Partners, Met Police and Penner, BP and 33, Boots and Pink Squid.
So congratulations to the 5 of you who were shortlisted in the integrated campaign category. Now we've got 2 left and a little bit of clarification to do on one, which is fine. We're next going to go to the school leaver and apprenticeship campaign. You think about the role of apprenticeship levy and, you know, future talent, increasingly important. This one is sponsored by Agile Films. Thank you, Agile Films. Who, please, is shortlisted in this category?
EY, Co-op and the AIA Worldwide, that is, Barclays Apprenticeships and Stafford Long Partners, Audi and Penner, Lang and Rourke and 106 Communications.
Thank you. So our last category, before a little bit of clarification, was the Graduate and Early Careers website. And this category really looked at digital experiences that were created specifically for that audience. It was sponsored by Magix. Thank you, Magix. Sheila, could you read out who was shortlisted in this category, please?
Fidelity and Wiser, Lloyds Banking Group, EY and MSL, Allen and Overy and 33, Marks and Spencers and AIA Worldwide, Vodafone and Pink Squid.
Fantastic, thank you. And just before let's go back and just clarify the best use of audio. Sponsored by Global, as this was the one we were talking, all the excitement of the new audio entries. You know, there'll be an international scandal just like the Oscars, but let's go through just to reiterate the shortlisted people for the audio category sponsored by Global.
Is EE and 33, Kent Teach and TMP Worldwide, Secret Intelligence Service and Stafford Long Partners.
Fantastic. So, Sheila, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You definitely had the worst part of that deal. Thank you so much. Thank you for Total Globe sponsoring. I'm now going to welcome Richard back onto the stage to find out what happens next. Richard, thank you, Sheila. Richard, as you saw there, you know, incredible diversity of agencies, of client organisations, of thinking, of work, of approach. You know, I think it's going to be an exciting night.
Absolutely, yeah, and of course we've got 2 more full days of judging to look forward to, or you have, with the panel, which you'll be overseeing on the 12th and 13th of December, where you'll be picking, obviously, a very difficult task of picking the winners from this bunch.
Fantastic, and of course the big night is on January 25th?
That's right, January the 25th, and with Christmas in the way, it'll come around before we know it, so yeah, obviously love to have as many people there as possible. It's always well supported, so yes, we can't wait really.
Well, I think, you know, Sheila obviously has been, I think, for the last 10 years in a row, she was saying, I mean, I always take the carve team down just because it's just a great night to not only the networking and the kind of reward for the year that's just gone, but also to the chance to see the best work in our industry.
Absolutely, and it's always been seen as, very much as an industry event, whoever's been organising it. So, you know, obviously lots of media there, agencies, direct clients, and everyone has a good time. It's a real celebration of our industry. So
absolutely. Fantastic. Richard, thank you so much. Thank you very much for tuning into this. RADS 2018 is the hashtag if you want to get involved in the conversation. Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me to chair, and look forward to seeing you on the 25th. Have a nice afternoon. Thank you. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.